What's up, my add-ons? Advantageous here, and I'm bringing you something a little bit like a blast from the past. I'm bringing you a theme team. Now, this was supposed to be for a vlog. I was going to use this team, just play some battle royales with it, and then I realized I couldn't actually bring the same species. So I decided just to have some fun, go on these singles battles just against other people, try to have some battles, and see how it went. You know, just nice, fun battles, getting to use my full team. Now, this Rotom fan is not a traditional, just paraflinch. It is a light clay screen setter. I'm realizing that my light is very high right now, so I'm going to try to turn that down a little bit. Or is it I think it just might be the electric terrain. So, unfortunately, this Excadrill is here. And it's, as you saw, it's Mold Breaker, which is a big problem for my team because they all benefit from being immune to Earthquake. Yeah, so this thing just comes in and it just gets a free Earthquake every time. So I need to get rid of it ASAP, or else, this thing will just sweep my team. Thank God I found out it was leftovers and not scarfed, or else it's a big problem. So I'm getting kind of lucky here. This Rotom fan is living way longer than it should have. I'm getting some nice, hefty damage off on this Excadrill, which is perfect. It's exactly what I need. Damage, damage, damage. So here he goes for Rapid Spin, I guess, just to try and take me out. I was almost expecting to live that, just because, I got the screens up, it's very weak, it's not stab. Maybe he thought that it would break the screens, but he would have had to have Brick Break in order to do that. So here comes another Rotom, and no, I didn't name these, unfortunately, because I was just supposed to do them on the Battle Royale. So here comes my main counter, or like the whole focal point of my team. This is a Choice Specs Hexing Rotom regular. And so unfortunately, you see I got Curse Body, so Weird Marowak with Curse Body gets rid of Hex, so I'm locked into Struggle right now, which really sucks. So out comes this Alakazam, which is of course going to outspeed me. So I realized I need to get a Paralysis on this. But I decided to bring in my special defensive wall. It's a pretty standard Rotom, Rest, Toxic, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt. Nothing really special. It's just meant to get the Toxic up, start wearing stuff down. So back out comes this Tapu Koko. I'm not too scared of it, just because it doesn't really highly threaten any of my teams with its electric moves. I have no fairy weakness, so I'm not too concerned about it, and I'm specially defensive, so I can take this thing for a beast. And then the light screen goes out. I'm like, uh-oh, that's bad. So I wanted to test the damage, see how much Thunderbolt would do. It looked to be about 45% from what I could see. So I'm like, okay, I think I can take another one. So this turn I click the rest, and he goes for the Thunderbolt, and I don't live. And it's not even a crit, so he must have got a max roll that turn. And then this guy lives on 2 health, which really sucks, because I don't have rocks on this team or any way to get rid of it. So I'm just hoping, okay, let's take him out this turn, and then he U-turns out. Oh, don't get to take him out. That really sucks. So now, so he U-turns out into Aragog, as I actually went for Rain Dance this turn, thinking he had nothing to touch me with. I forgot about the U-turn, to be honest. So I went for Rain Dance, expecting him to switch out. And then in comes this thing. I'm like, okay, well, I'm giving you water to boost with, so that's great. This is a Rain Dance Thunder Rotom cut. So he unfortunately makes the prediction and goes out into Excadrill to take this Thunder. At this point, I'm kind of thinking I have to take this thing out. This thing is just going to keep switching in on me. It's going to resist. It's immune to all my electric. I don't have a proper counter to it. And I had the electricity that turn too, which would have been a huge Thunder on that on, what's it called? Jupiter evolved into Jupiter? No. Araquanid. So luckily, this Excadrill doesn't flinch me with Rock Slide, and I'm able to take it out with Leaf Storm, which is fabulous. So now I don't have to worry too much. And then comes the issue kind of with this team. And I don't really have a switch for this thing. I know a Leech Life is coming my way and it's going to hurt, but I just have to take it. I'm -2 at this point, and like I just don't really have like a switch. I know I need to keep my Rotom Frost around because it's the only thing with Thunder Wave. So he's going to hit me with that Leech Life. I take it actually pretty well, even though I don't think I think I have a little bit of health investment in this thing. Yeah, looking at it's 157, so I do have a fair bit of health investment in this. So it's not fully speed invested. So on this turn, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going down. Let's just get a Thunder off. Do as much damage as I can before I bring something else in. So, 100% accurate. And I get a freaking crit. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I needed that. Like, I really needed that. It was not looking good for me. So, that was just a blessing from the gods. So this turn, the rain's gone. He brings in this Alakazam. Great revenge killer. Not much I can do. He's gonna go for the Psy Shock. I just take it. I have nothing that I want to switch in. So I just decided to let it go down. And I do believe I bring in my Rotom Frost here. Yes. So this is the only one with Thunder Wave. And I wanted to get a Thunder Wave on this thing really, really badly. And then he switches. I'm like, ah, darn it. I needed to get that Thunder Wave off because he outspeeds my Rotom. And I wanted to get that, like, boosted Hex on him. So this Rotom is very unique. I put Swagger, Psych Up, Thunder Wave, and Facade on it with the Flame Orb. So now, I was kind of hoping for the Paralysis here. He doesn't get through. He hits me with a powerful Moonblast. And I'm realizing, like, Hex is going to do a lot, but I don't think I'll take this thing out. So I decided to Volt Switch out into my Rotom Heat to take this lovely Moonblast. I know bringing in an Electric type or a Fire type and a Water type is not the best idea, but I was expecting the Moonblast. I didn't think he'd get smart enough to try and Scald me or something. So on this turn, I wasn't sure if I could take it out with a Thunderbolt. I get another crit. So I don't know if that crit mattered, because I'm a fully defensive Rotom, and seeing as how a Choice Specs, like regular Rotom, only did half, I think the crit mattered. So I'm getting a fair bit of hacks in my way, but you know, I need it. It's the only thing I can do. Like, I have to do something. So, so now the hacks start moving in his favor, and he gets Special Defense Drop with Shadow Ball. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty lucky, but I'll give it to him, that's fine. So he gets another Shadow Ball off, and bye-bye Rotom. So now I'm looking at the rest of his team, and I know that this Rotom can probably do a good amount can take him out with Facade, but like I knew I could live the Shadow Ball. I was going to have to take it anyways, and I take it like really, really well, which is just crazy. So I end up, so I get the Thunder Wave off. I'm like, okay, this is doable, but I'm going to need some help because this thing's paralyzed, and he's only got Tapu Koko, who's got like 1 HP left. So now I'm needing the luck in my favor. And that Special Defense drop he got again ended up mattering. So 2 Special Defense drops in a row with Shadow Ball, and all I've got is Rotom left. And this is the part where I kind of wish I had Choice Scarf over Choice Specs, because I realized that Tapu Koko is only poison. He's got 1 HP, but you know, I'm not going to outspeed it. I'm too low. If I was at full, I could take anything this thing threw at me. Even Guardian of Alola. I feel very confident I could have lived it. But I'm just not going to outspeed. If I was Scarfed, I would have outsped. I would have won that, but what can you do? So that's going to do it for this battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Well, there's going to be another one coming, at least one more. And yeah, I think I'm going to try to bring this series back a little bit. Maybe try to bring some theme teams, bring them on battle spot singles, just go nuts. Like one evening, my fiance's using my laptop, just be like, hey, play, alright, I'm just gonna play on Pokemon, I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of battles. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!